Well, good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Please give me a follow on X at green_Jericho. And make sure you like and subscribe to my new channel, Green's House. So I've been hearing a lot of things in the news about Venezuelan, El Salvadorian, Guatemalan, whatever, gangs that are taking over sections of large American cities, more specifically Chicago. These Venezuelan, the El Aguera, some shit, basically their version of MS-13 is coming up here and taking shit over. Because imagine, check this out. Let me give you a crazy scenario. So there's a war-torn shithole with violence and corruption. The people are called up here, welcomed up here, ushered up here, the worst of the worst. They're not sending us their Mensa candidates. They're not sending us engineers and doctors and hardworking folks that just want to live a good life. They're sending us shit. It's like a human garage sale. When you do a garage sale, do you put out all the new shit you just bought? Do you put the shit that is still useful to you? No, you put the things that you don't want and you haven't used in a long time that you don't need anymore. You sell off your undesirables. That's what's happening here. So you're sending these savages up here. They're taking them out of prisons. That's not a lie. That's not some Trump conspiracy that he made up in his head. That's what they're fucking doing. So you have a bunch of people like that. You welcome them up here. You bring them up here and expect them to cross that imaginary line into America and just be American, put away their criminal ways. It's just not going to happen. So they're coming over here. They're dumping them, of course, in poor American cities, working class to poor areas, poor to working class areas. They're not putting them in the gated communities. They're not putting behind those high fences and walls where the wealthy live. The people who called them up here. They're not doing that. They're putting them in our neighborhoods. They're putting them in the hoods. So when you have gang members come up here, they're going to continue their gang activity. And in cities like Chicago, they are. So they're interviewing, I put a link to it in the description box. They're interviewing these former, these gangbanger elders, the guys who made it out of the gang, who are trying to keep the youngsters from joining the gang. And, they were holding a pistol, running and gunning for 15 years, but now they want to help the community. You help fuck the community up. You don't get a pass because now you're a good guy. What about 20 years ago? What kind of guy were you then? It's like in the black community. Oh, Big Mama, she's the head of the family, and we need more Big Mamas. Big Mama's the one who had you dirty hood rats who are having these fucking killers now. It's Big Mama's fault. Big Mama was for the streets. Now that she has bingo arms, oh no, Big Mama, we need her. She's the best. Big Mama wasn't shit. So you have these gangbangers, aka cowards, in cities like Chicago who are now complaining that the gangbangers from South America are taking over their turf. How the fuck is that? How do you let these foreign gang members come here and take over your turf? The guy he says they're taking over entire blocks. How is that? How do you let these El Salvadorians and Guatemalans and shit come up here and take over your neighborhood? And what happens if another black Chicagoan tries to take over your neighborhood? You're going to gun that motherfucker down. You're going to shoot him. You're going to shoot his mom. You're going to shoot his kids. Why is that? Why do you hold this hatred for those that look like you, but foreigners come over here and you basically tuck your tail? Remember Tyshawn Lee, that 9-year-old boy in Chicago who was shot 9 times in his chest, and they put cigarettes out on him. They put out their cigarettes on a 9-year-old boy's neck and shot him 9 times. But when an El Salvadorian gangbanger comes over here, all of a sudden you don't know what to do. All of a sudden you're just getting punked and having your shit taken away. But if it was another black person, you'd shoot that fool in his face. Remember the 6-year-old girl who was shot 6 times in a McDonald's drive-thru? Do you hear about any of those El Salvadorian gang members being gunned down by the vice lords? Why are you so quick to shoot and terrorize your own, but you won't do anything when a foreigner comes up here and takes your shit? Well, how do you know, Jericho? Do you have a crystal ball? No. But there's a thing called Los Angeles. There's a place called Los Angeles. And in Los Angeles, you have gang members coming from south of the border, taking over entire neighborhoods. And you have people like Maxine Waters, that melted hound dog, who's giving it up, letting them come on over, letting them gentrify these neighborhoods, letting them push black folks out. And the black gangs don't do shit. What happened to, the Crips started out as a community group to help people and enrich the neighborhood. Crips stands for blah, 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 da, da, da. What happened to that? You're a bunch of fucking cowards. You'll maim, murder, and terrorize each other. But as soon as somebody comes in the neighborhood who's lighter than you are, you all of a sudden become a bunch of pussies and you're getting pushed around, getting your turf taken. How is that? And then he says, well, if they spent $500 million on illegals, what about the black folks here? And if they don't stop doing that, the city's gonna burn. The city ain't gonna do shit. You're not going to burn anything down, not for this. If some white police officer shoots a black person, then you'll burn your city down, for sure. But you're not going to do anything about this. You're not going to do a damn thing about the Chicago city government spending hundreds of millions of dollars on illegals and giving them shit that you think they should be giving to you. You're not going to do anything. How do I know that? Because you haven't done anything. Look at Los Angeles. Neighborhoods that were historically black, generations of black folks, gone. Because you gang members didn't do shit. And I'm not saying it's your responsibility. But if you're going to sit here and talk shit, like if you don't get what you want, you're going to burn this bitch down. No, you're not. You're going to roll over and take it. That's all you're going to do. Like a woman whose husband gets home in the middle of the night, you are just going to roll over and take it. The city's going to burn. You ain't going to do shit. Not unless it's a bunch of black folks. Now, if the government were to bring in a bunch of black gang members, Chicago would burn. They'd be killing each other on every corner. You seen the reports coming out of Chicago after a fucking Memorial Day weekend? 150 people shot, 10 dead at one party. Shit is disgusting, you bunch of weenies. You should change your name from the Vice Lords or the Gangster Disciples to the Oscar Mayer Wieners, because that's what you guys are. You ain't gonna do shit when these El Salvadorian gangs take over your whole fucking city. You're gonna go to some city council meetings. You're gonna yell and scream in the microphone. You're gonna go viral for a couple weeks, and then nothing's gonna happen because you put these fuckers in place. You keep voting for the Brandon Johnsons. You keep voting for the Mayor Googly Eyes. You wanted this. This is what you wanted. Now you want to turn around and get mad and act like you're going to do something? Unless it's another black person, you aren't going to shoot anybody. Tell me I'm wrong. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Give me a follow on X at green_Jericho, and make sure you like and subscribe to my new channel, Green's House. I am Jericho Green, and man, I'm out.